I've been saying it for years. For a long time. In this game, you can't trust nobody. You have to grind for yourself, build yourself up in order to succeed. We're going live. What up, YouTube? Topaz Jake's back for another quick stream, man. I'm not going to be on here all that long. Reason being is because Street Fighter right now is the servers are down. So we just going to kick the topic and keep it pushing. And today's topic would be Joyner Lucus been coming out on Twitter talking about killing civil. Let me cut that down. But Joyner Lucus has been coming out on Twitter talking about how Karen Civil stole $60,000 from him at the time that his son was being born, and this was like the last little bit of money that he had in order to find some kind of success in the music industry so that he can be okay. She took the money, went on vacation, so he claims. So, we're going to go ahead through all of this. Matter of fact, I will show you everything that I'm looking at as well. Bang. So, all of these messages started today not today. These started on the 18th, as today is the 20th. Where Joyner Lucus is speaking of, you stole $60,000 from me in the game. I hired you in order to do some marketing and promotions. As he gives up like the actual information packet that Civil done gave him. And these are all the things here that Karen Civil was supposed to do for him for $60,000. I don't know about you guys. $60,000 is a lot of money to me. Now, maybe not to a Karen Civil, maybe not to individuals that are in the game or have a whole bunch of notoriety, but $60,000 is a lot to me. And they target these kinds of ads to people like us. You feel me? And these are the things that she was supposed to do. Blog placements for song releases, development and delivery of the digital short creation story, where I'm guessing that's more like Instagram and things of that nature. Facilitate interviews for media publications. Like this is where you go to get onto the what are they called? Charlemagne the God and all of them, to get on their radio stations, to get on the big name radio stations. You pretty much got to go through individuals like this. You can't just pull up. Build fan engagement through social media content. Red carpet event opportunities like I was telling you guys with the Met Gala and all that stuff. In order to get into the Met Gala, you have to, one, be a notable individual, or two, you have to go through individuals like this who has the connections to get you to where you need to go. iTunes and Beats music promotions, radio interviews, acquire booking agents, show openings. Like all of this for $60,000. Well, if you got the money, that may seem like somewhat of a deal so that you don't have to do it all on your own. Because this is a lot of stuff. For an individual that's focused on, okay, I need to make the best music that I can possibly make. I ain't got time to be calling up people left and right, trying to do new bookings, new show openings to get myself all the types of promotion that I need. I don't have time for that per se. So let me go ahead and spend this money that I got for someone that I can't trust. But you think you can trust them because they're somewhat legitimate. You feel me? Because they have a name, they get recommended because these people have done work before. Like, many people don't even know who Karen Civil is. Let's pull up Karen Civil on Wikipedia. That's like the best way that I guess everybody respects. As she grew up in a Haitian American family, hate to say it, but that's strike number one. But okay, Karen Civil, where they saying she gained attention for the whole Wheezy thank you, where that was when Lil Wayne was in jail and he was doing the he was responding to his fans and stuff through this website. Like, that's what they're saying is where she began to build her name for being an industry insider. Where, from what I remember, that wasn't that big, or was it? I don't remember. To be real with you, if it was big, forgive me, but I don't think that was that amazing. But whatever. So she became a public speaker, hosting events and outlets like BET. She tried to do some co-producing with Wale on a song featuring Lil Wayne. Notice they didn't even mention the name of the song. Then she spoken as a host as a Democratic rally for Hillary Clinton. Strike number 2. Karen Civil opened up a whole bunch of stuff. She's doing stuff for Haitian people. Like, what are you doing for the Haitians that's on the border right now, Miss Civil? Let's look at that. Let's look that up. Is she saying anything about the Haitians that's on the border? Talk about the earthquake. Donations for the earthquake. Is that it? That's it. What? That's you ain't got nothing to say about all your Haitian family, your Haitian people that's down there in Texas getting deported instantly. Like, they're doing them like they never did the Mexicans that came over here, that's still over here saying you can't do anything about them. That's not cool. No, she's not saying or doing anything about them. That's strike number 3 in my book, fam. Just in terms of her on a personal, in terms of personal level, like how much an individual will stand up for the people will show you exactly how much they'll stand up for someone in business. That doesn't seem to be a good thing to me. But so Joyner Lucus is saying that, he was desperate and she knew that. So when she got the $60,000 up front, she stopped answering the phone calls. And every time that she would answer the phone call, it's like she had an attitude, as he's saying right here. And he didn't want to speak up about it because he didn't want to get blackballed. But it was until Cameron spoke out about it a few years ago that he decided to say something where this is what Cameron was saying. In which you had ample time to talk about all of this, though, bro. Like, don't put it on you could have been blackballed, dude. You were scared. But whatever. What Cameron said about Karen Civil was Karen Civil is a liar. I haven't went in on Karen ever and been proud of what she's accomplished. Even if she lied and stole to get there. But you're not gonna put me in this. Despite what people think, Jay-Z and I were not enemies. He signed off on mad projects that we did when he really didn't have to. And then he showed my crew love. It wasn't until I left Def Jam, not kicked out, till we fell out. And I still respect his hustle and business savvy and what he's accomplished. With that out the way, Karen Civil worked for me and never gave us a shout out or anything. And that's fine, but don't lie. I never got kicked out of anywhere. L.A. Reid was kind enough to let me out of the deal once he got the Def Jam because I had $5 million deal waiting for me at Warner Brothers. And L.A. Reid begged me to stay, but I had to grab that bag. Thanks, L.A. This story Karen is telling is just another one of her lies. She stole $60,000 from him. Notice the number, 60,000. And this was a tweet from 2016. 2021, Karen Civil stole $60,000 from me. Do you find that a coincidence? I don't think it is, bro. And then he goes on ahead and lists out, well, not list out, but he shows you the messages that he was getting with Karen Civil, where she's trying to force him to apologize. And he gave the phone to his representation. And pretty much they ended at like, you either going to apologize or we just not going to do anything, point blank. That's kind of what that said. And he got blocked by Karen Civil. See, and then like she went on vacation after he paid her the $60,000 and he hit her up and she said, "Stop calling me, I'm on vacation." Now, here's my thing about that though. Something Karen Civil did say that I do feel as though has some legs though. Like when people hire you, you don't own that person. You feel me? Like people are not slaves. They don't have to answer every single phone call that you do. People don't have to do everything that you saying every second of the day because you hired them for whatever money that you hired them for. That's not how this goes down, but yet she does have to show what she did with the $60,000. You feel me? Like $60,000 doesn't grant you immediate access to people that's used to operating in the hundreds to 200,000s of dollars. You feel me? Like if you were on a high enough level, you don't have to like consistently get drugged through the mud because an individual is desperate about his $60,000 when you're used to dealing in the millions of dollars. You feel me? But that doesn't mean that you just take that $60,000 and go on vacation with it. You have to show everything that you're doing with it. And she's not doing that. So therefore, it does sound like a straight up complete scam. But let's continue. Ooh. How he's saying that these blog sites right here, the Billboard, XXL, Revo TV, Hot New Hip Hop News, The Shade Room, Rolling Stone, Complex, Hot 97, Hip Hop DX, Genius, BET, The Fader, The Source, like all of these people, these is really the places where all the news for the most part does come out in terms of the hip hop industry. And you wonder why these messages, like you wonder why her getting over on people for $60,000 a pop, no matter how big the artist was, no matter if you're an underground artist that's trying to starve to get on in Joyner Lucus, or a mainstream staple in Cameron who was getting a bag for a Warner Brothers deal, like this is how she's able to not get on blast or people don't really know heavily about it. Like, personally, I didn't know that much about this situation to be real. I may have touched on it a long time ago, but I can't remember everything that I've done. I've been doing shows for years. I don't even quite remember this, you dig? But she is definitely doing something kind of shady here. But let's continue. He's saying that he's been waiting 7 years to be able to call this out. You feel me? 7 years. Now, personally, me, I ain't waiting no damn 7 years on somebody who ripped me off for $60,000, fam. That's not how this goes down. Like, you gonna hear from me, or at least the world is going to hear from me sooner than later. You feel me? Like, all that fear of getting blackballed, that should have all went out the window when you became successful on your own right in the independent lane. You feel me? But as he's talking about his app, his Tully app, well, it sounds like a good thing, man. I haven't even heard too much of this app, the Tully app. Well, this is the actual visuals of it. And you know why I ain't heard from it? Because it's an Apple exclusive. I don't have Apple, nor will I ever get an Apple because of how they operate, how they business operates. But yet, it sounds like it's pretty sweet. Like how you can write your stuff in Tully app, how you can play and record it, where I'm sure the quality of it is trash unless you build something around the app. But why would you build around an app with your quality mic? Like, I got a $200 mic that I'm talking on right now. Why would I ever connect that to an app when I could connect that to my actual programs? You feel me? But then you can manage and control. Now, that's the thing that I like about this, though, is how you can manage and control your posts. Like, if anybody heard, or you can send it to people and they have everything on the inside of this application where you can actually make moves, you can actually sell your works, you can actually find some success with it inside this app. Like, I do like that. And you can create the contracts within it. That sounds sweet. You can distribute your music directly from this app to all of the major streaming platforms. And it's already up in there. As they'll actually get you some beats too. But, you know, I mean, you can find beats. Like, well, I still got a long list of producers who actually put in work and are solid producers. You feel me? Like, it's not that hard to find good beats these days. But this app actually seems cool. It seems cool, and he's saying that this is where he found a lot of his independent success with. So by the time that started to take off, fam, you should have been out at this Karen Civil chick. But what he really waited for was the Jessie Woo. Well, Jessie Woo is another artist that Karen Civil pretty much allegedly, not trying to get sued here, allegedly took advantage of. Let's just say that. Where what Karen Civil did was savage. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I didn't even know that she did this. But so she had a problem with Jessie Woo. So what Karen Civil did was she made a fake booking with a non-existent company. She did a ghost booking for her in order to get her in one place, in order to solve her with paperwork. Oh, the levels, the savage levels to do that is crazy. But yet, she did all that to take her to court, and the court didn't go with Karen Civil. Like, it went completely against Karen Civil, dog. Where, as you can see here, is talking about the defendant moves to strike the first defamation, second defamation, Third, false light. Fourth, unjust enrichment. Fifth, intentional infliction of emotional distress. These are all the things that Karen Civil was trying to put on Jesse Wu. And the Superior Court of California said, nah. Like she tried to get $3 million off of her for all of these issues. And in order to solve her, she created a whole fake booking in order to get her in one place so that all of this could happen. And the court system wasn't even rocking with you. As again, well, this is the first time that I can see that she actually went to court and lost, but yet multiple people, from Cameron to Joyner Lucas to now this Jesse Wu, and I think there was somebody else actually as well that called her out too. But then this right here is Karen Civil talking about how all of the $60,000 from the consultant job that she had, it was actually paid for and actually like it was used, and she did everything that she could with the $60,000. But yet what she doesn't offer is actual income statements. You feel me? Like, you could say this all day that, you know, all of this money, it wasn't taken from you. It was maximized to the maximum capacity. But what specifically did the $60,000 go to? There should be invoices for this. That's way too much money for the not. Feel me? That's way too much money for there to be only your word for it, when you have a track record of $60,000 going missing from artist upon artist and shady behavior all the way around. You feel me? Like, show the invoices. That's all we need. That's all we need in order to clear your name, ain't it? Right? Or am I tripping? Like, I would want to see the invoices and exactly who's getting the money. And then we could speak directly to these people who got the money and see if the story checks out. That's how doing homework, that's how all of this works. It doesn't work off the fact of you saying, well, all of the $60,000, yeah, it went all into the places that it was supposed to go. Like you're saying, the subcontractors that were paid, including Ravnell Agency PR, local reps, and all parties included, were executed on behalf of on you. Where is the paperwork? We need to see exactly how much money the Ravnell Agency PR got. And we need to see exactly what work that $60,000 went to. Or am I tripping? YouTube? Am I tripping on this? But then that's where he ended that whole discussion. Why? Maybe because the lawyers started getting to him. Maybe they trying to do something to Joyner Lucus, but it doesn't matter. You see how I feel about it. I need to see the paperwork. I need more proof on Karen Civil's side. Until Karen Civil displays the actual paperwork that shows where the money went, we're not believing her. But now he turns his attention to somebody like Steve Stoute, who many people should know who Steve Stoute is. Steve Stoute is a music industry staple. You feel me? As he does have the United Masters app. Well, I do actually have the United Masters app myself. I never use it though. I haven't used it since I got it. I really just got it because I wanted to see what was ultimately possible with it. No, I think I deleted it. Damn. Yeah, I wanted to see what was possible with it, see where it was going. Like, I always try to give these new apps a chance. I want to see what's going on with it. But when I started seeing, like, nothing is really moving, I'm not seeing any people getting put on majorly and attributing it to the United Masters. I haven't been seeing it. I don't know if you guys been seeing it. Have anybody out there seen United Masters actually do anything for independent artists? I don't know. But so, what he's saying is, this Steve Stoute raised up about $50 million from Apple months ago. Not long ago, he raised up a lot of money from Apple in order to serve artists. Well, he got 50 million from Apple, but he raised 100 million for artists in general for tech. But it seemed from what Joyner Lucus is saying, all they really did was pay out a bunch of money to the lawyers and then started sending out copyright restriction letters to individuals. How he's saying United Masters is saying that record label in your pocket, the record label in your pocket trademark, or the saying record label in your pocket is trademarked by them. The United Masters app. So when Joyner Lucus was saying this, he was violating copyrights. And this is where the money of the $100 million from Apple, or $50 million from Apple, and the rest from other areas, this is where the money has gone to in order to go against the Tully app. When Joyner Lucus is saying that he actually tried to partner with these individuals using the technology that he got on his app, where I showed you guys what the technology was, the manage and control, the play and record, and a few other things that's not really visual screenshots and such. But he wanted to partner this with United Masters, and I think that could have been a good move. But instead, United Masters, they already got the money. Why do they have to support you and your underground? Why do they have to support individuals like you when they already got the money and it doesn't really matter to them? When they're not really here to support the independent artists, clearly. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. I'm not trying to say that. Ain't nobody trying to get sued here. This is allegedly what Joyner Lucus is saying. And it may hold some weight. That what I'm saying is Joyner Lucus showing this paperwork of these things, they could hold weight because I haven't seen anything that Steve Stoute and the United Masters or a lot of these apps, to be real, I haven't seen exactly what they've been doing to help push the underground movement during a time when social media and the underground and all of this is honestly everything. Like, let's be real. The music industry is only making money because Drake and Kanye are beefing with each other and dropping records and all of that stuff. For the most part, all the music sites, the underground music sites, all these apps, all of it should have been pushing us beyond where we at right now. We should be much bigger. We should be much more powerful. We should be the shit right now. But it just comes off as we're being held back by people with the money who's not investing in their softwares, who's not actually pushing out independent acts that really aren't doing anything for us. It seems like we have all of the technological capabilities to have full-fledged record labels in our pockets to actually do things on a major level and have openings for more talented individuals than what we're hearing on a day in and day out basis. The people that people are sick of, the people that you ain't hearing nothing of, but you just keep hearing them on the radio. You hear them getting spins. You see this stuff trending all of the time, doing bigger and better numbers than everybody else that nobody wants to hear. All of this should have gone by the wayside by now based on the technology that we have, right? Or am I tripping? Like Joyner Lucus, he raised $10 million for his app, and they raised over $100 million, and it seems as though the Tully app does more for people than what United Masters will provide. Here's a key question. I'm even going to retweet this. From all the artists that signed up at United Masters, how many actually land a brand partnership or a placement? I ask artists to step forward and speak that and give the truth. Your distribution company, what other tools does United Masters provide? I'll wait. That sounds like facts to me. I mean, do you know anybody that got put on through United Masters? It's not like these people ain't been around. It ain't like they ain't got the money to push somebody. Why is it that we haven't been hearing from not only United Masters, but a bunch of these other apps? Who is getting put on? Who's finding success? But that is what we already passed my 30-minute mark, bro. But that was ultimately everything that I was trying to talk about anyway. You feel me? Like, this is just the shady business that we are in. The shady business that was chosen by all of us. But yet we have to be wise about it. Now, Joyner Lucus is airing people out because now he's in a more stable position, which I think he was in a better stable position not long ago, but he was waiting for the perfect moment, and I think this is the time, and I think he's hitting at the right exact time with the lawsuit that just got dismissed. All of the past history of Karen Civil has been coming up. So what Joyner Lucus is doing is hitting the nail right on the head, right at the time that's necessary. Which is cool. But we have to do better, bro. Like, we're allowing the digital revolution be infiltrated and dominated by these industry cats who stealing $60,000 a pop from individuals. From these industry cats who don't care about good music to begin with. They don't care about music. They don't care about the culture. They don't care about the fact that this is our culture that we built from the ground up, from generation upon generation that's been passed down, regardless of how you feel about how music is continuously getting worse in the mainstream. That is true. But music as a whole has continuously gotten better because the culture isn't dictated by the mainstream. But we have to stand up and support our own. We have to stand up and support our culture. We got to put out our own music. We got to support our own music. We got to support our artists. Or else you continue to give individuals like Karen Civil the leeway in order to rob people for $60,000 a pop, and there's nothing anybody else can do about it. Or else we lose the music that our forefathers built up. Just because many of them were sellouts like Jay-Z and sold it out to the highest bidder doesn't mean that that didn't have its own positive to it that helped a lot of people actually become better. How that seeing the scumbaggery of, say, a Jay-Z actually has provided the foundation for independent artists to actually be wiser. I'm not going to attribute it to Jay, though, because he doesn't deserve it. But that's just my thing, bro. That's just my thing. For anybody who made it to the end of this video, man, go ahead, hit me with a like. Go ahead, subscribe, fam. I try to do one of these every day, and usually at this time, I would be jumping into some Street Fighter, but the updating the Street Fighter servers, and it won't be done till later on tonight. So I'm just gonna let it rock for tonight. I'll probably play tonight, but I probably won't stream it. Appreciate everybody coming through, showing love. Catch you guys next time.